Welcome back. This is Tony with Larry's Off-Road. We are back in the shop working on this Dune Buggy project. So in the last video, we pretty much determined that this chassis is bent pretty bad. I mean, we could see it already, but it's looking a lot worse than we thought. It's looking to be beyond something we want to work on or try to fix for this project. And if we're going to be doing a lot of work like that, we kind of want to maybe focus our efforts on something else entirely. Larry's really leaning towards, he's really been wanting to make a fiberglass dune buggy with a tube chassis. So custom make the entire chassis out of 1.5 inch tubing, like what he would make his sandrails out of. So if we're going to go that far, we probably will also go to an IRS rear end. So we wouldn't really want to put this swing axle into that project, because then you're a little limited on a few things. So so it's not that this project's getting scrapped, but we're going to have to drastically change it. We're just getting into too much work for what we're wanting to do with it. We'll probably, I guess right now I'm going to start just tearing it down. So I got to get it out of the way anyways, but we'll see what we can use off of it. Maybe the beam is something we're going to use. I definitely want to check out this engine. Maybe I'll drop it for, I'm definitely going to drop it today, but maybe foregoing on this project, because it'll be a while till we are actually going to build this chassis out of the tube chassis. There's a lift we want to put in this shop, get some things cleaned up. Also, there's a back room we want to kind of work on our projects in. We got to get that all straightened up. But for now, maybe the next thing kind of with this project is dropping this engine, cleaning it up, seeing what needs fixed on it, seeing you know, maybe break it down to a long block, clean up the case, clean up the tins, check out the alternator carb. It probably runs. I mean, we'll just see how far we want to take it. Alright, so I'm getting ready to drop this engine. I've got this bolt in here still. I've taken the starter off, the bottom two nuts. Now I'm going to jack up onto the bottom, take a little bit of the weight off, so once I undo that one, I can pull it straight out, rather than if you don't have any if you don't have a jack under there, when you undo this, it's going to flex and put pressure on that clutch disc. So probably going to replace that anyways, but you know, you want to take that weight off so you can just pull it straight out. It's moving. Go. Alright, we're going to lower her down. Let's take a look in there. Early throwout bearing, which we expected. There's your flywheel, your clutch. Disc would be inside of there. So nothing screaming at me. So we've got a little test stand, engine test stand we can set this motor on. It's got a little beetle, just the bell housing here. It's cut so we can hook a starter up to it so we can mess around with the engine. We'll probably get that put on there As far as this, we're just going to keep disassembling. I want to get this tranny out, take this whole swing axle rear end out, and then probably take all these brake lines, the rubber ones, the steel ones, take off this masseter cylinder, and take this beam off. Okay, I'm making some progress here. Got the engine out, got the wheels off, got the shocks, these top of the shock unbolted. What I'm doing is just got to take out this transmission with this axle beam. So anything that's attached, disconnect these brakes. Still got the e-brake cable. If those don't come out easy, I'll probably just cut that. So brakes, these 3 bolts here on each side. That's what holds this axle housing to the spring plate there. Oh, this was like that safety wire wrap, which is all broken, but we'll take these 2 little bolts out, or screws, and that will be freed up, and then we will take off the front mount bolts and the rear mounts, and the tranny's ready to come out after that. right, the engine's out, the transmission is out, and the front end has been taken off. So now we're just left with the pan. Gonna clean up my mess. I'll probably take off this brake stuff still. Strip off all these loose wires and all this stuff back here and call this episode done.